What's up guys, welcome to Pink Beaver, and on this episode we're going to be reviewing whether the iPhone 7 is a good phone to get in 2020 and going into 2021, and whether it's worth updating your iPhone 7 to iOS 14. And the simple answer to both of those questions is yes. It most definitely is worth it to buy an iPhone 7 if you're getting new into the Apple ecosystem, and updating your iPhone 7 to iOS 14 is not a bad idea either. Definitely recommend it. Now, the only qualm I have with iOS 14 on the iPhone 7 is the iPhone 7 does heat up a little bit when you're doing picture-in-picture on FaceTime. So essentially when you're using FaceTime and you have it minimized and you're doing some other task in the background. For me, if I'm using the phone for a few minutes, it doesn't really heat up all that much. But if I'm using it for an extended period of time, 20, 30 minutes, it does heat up a good bit. Now, I haven't experienced any negative side effects of it besides the heat. There is a little bit of lag for a quarter second or half a second here and there on occasion, and only when the phone gets really hot. But I don't blame Apple at all for this. I think the phone has a small form factor, and it's doing a lot of computing power, which, it does create heat. And overall, with the experience, it doesn't diminish it at all. Now, focusing on price point. The price point is just right for me. You can find a 32 gigabyte iPhone 7 for $175, and if you want to go all the way up to 256 gigabytes, you can find it for $250. Now, one thing to make sure you look out for when you're buying the iPhone is that the battery capacity, is pretty decent. Below 80%, iPhones do tend to, the battery does diminish really fast when you're using it. So, try to keep it above 80%. Preferably, the higher you can, the better it is for you. But overall, I think, $175 is a perfect price point. Now, comparing it to the iPhone SE, for $399, it is a much more expensive phone. You do get some of the features, the camera is a big one, and on top of it, the wireless charging. So if those are two features that you have to have, top line camera and also, wireless charging in a budget phone, then, you might have to lean more towards the SE. And with the iPhone 8, it's the same thing. The camera and the wireless charging is there and a little bit better. But, for me, the price point, iPhone 7, perfect. Now, compared to the iPhone 6s, I still, the iPhone 6s is likely the last year it's going to be updated with the iOS 14, just because, no iPhone has gotten more than 5 years of Apple support, and this is the 5th year for the iPhone 6s. So the iPhone 7 just seems about perfect. 2 more years of support this year, and then, iOS 15, and on top of it, the phone runs really well, and it's a great introductory price to get into the Apple ecosystem. So, with all that said, let's take a closer look at how iOS 14 runs on the iPhone 7.
So when you're looking at iOS 14, of course, the first major improvement you're going to see are the widgets. Now, if you scroll all the way to the left, and then you can drag and drop them onto your homepage in various sizes. And honestly, I think it brings a nice aesthetic appeal. It kind of declutters the app. On top of this, you can also go to delete an app, and you can actually delete the app or move it to your app library. So essentially, you're just removing it from the homepage, but the app is still staying on your phone. And as you can see here, if you go all the way to the right, you can see them in groups, or if you want to see it in a list, you can see it in one long list here. Now, one other thing that I think is, nice addition is they did include the NFC tag reader, here. So you can just kind of like scroll up and then go ahead and push it. So overall, this is a nice improvement to iOS 14. I think that, this just brings the home screen to like a lot less decluttered, and it's just like kind of like a breath of fresh air. So that way, you can kind of go through your iOS experience in a much more simplistic fashion.
Overall, quick wrap up, iPhone 7 gets 2 thumbs up whether you want to get it in 2020 or early 2021, or if you want to update your phone to iOS 14. I think you can't go wrong either way with the price point or with just wanting to update to the newer software. And overall, it's just a good phone that you should be able to get another 2 years of life out of. So with that, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.